Ricardo Pineda in T1 is P6. Best lap is a 1:40.209. Christian Gomez in T9 is P8. Juan Pablo Aristizabal from Colombia in T11 is P10 on mediums. Ricardo Pineda is 6th on supers. Juan Pablo Aristizabal in T3 is 10th. Ricardo Pineda in T8 is 6th. Best lap is a 1:39.197. Juan Pablo Aristizabal in T13 is 10th. The qualification session is at Hungaroring in Mogyoród superscript 3D Hungary. The wind speed is 1 km/h from the west-southwest. Christian Gomez from Colombia in T1 is first. Esteban Gomez from Colombia is P4 on softs. Ricardo Pineda from Colombia is 9th on supers. Diego Ortiz from Colombia is P11 on softs. Christian Gomez in T1 is P12 up 1.11. Christian Gomez is up 1.89 in T4. Christian Gomez is up 2.47 in T9. Christian Gomez is up 2.90 in T12A. Christian Gomez is up 0.06 in T1. J.Enriquez from Colombia in T1 is P1 up 0.10 on supers. Juan Pablo Aristizabal from Colombia in T1 is 11th up 0.38 on mediums. J.Enriquez in T4 is 3rd up 0.16. Christian Gomez in T12 is P6 up 0.11. J.Enriquez in T11 is 3rd up 0.70. Ten minutes remaining in the session. J.Enriquez improved his P2 with a 137.306. 0.119 off pole. Yanli from China is P3 up 0.67 on softs. Yanli improved his third with a 137.493. 0.306 off pole. Jean-Pierre Ferrand is provisional pole with a 136.928. Gerson Robia is P9. Gerson Robia is up 0.34 in T12A. Esteban Gomez in T7 is 5th up 0.30. Christian Gomez is 9th. Camilo Gomez from Colombia is P11 up 2.77 on mediums. Camilo Gomez is up 2.81 in T11. Jose Miguel Moncada from Colombia in T13 is P10 on softs. Jose Miguel Moncada improved his 8th with a 138.939. 2.763 off pole. Christian Gomez in T13 is first up 0.11. Christian Gomez is provisional pole with a 136.010. Diego Ortiz is P12 up 2.08 on softs. Esteban Gomez is 6th up 0.12. Esteban Gomez improved his 6th with a 137.985. 1.975 off pole. Diego Ortiz is 7th up 0.14. Jose Miguel Moncada in T12 is P9 up 0.10. Jose Miguel Moncada improved his P8 with a 138.787. 2.777 off pole. Jose Miguel Moncada is up 0.10 in T1. Diego Ortiz is 7th. Diego Ortiz is up 0.42 in T12. Five minutes remaining in the session. Juan Pablo Aristizabal is 5th up 0.14 on supers. Juan Pablo Aristizabal improved his 3rd with a 137.293. 1.283 off pole. Jerson Robia from Colombia is 11th up 0.64 on softs. Ricardo Pineda in T6 is 12th up 0.65. Ricardo Pineda is up 0.91 in T12. Juan Pablo Aristizabal in T13 is 3rd up 0.27 on supers. Camilo Gomez is 9th up 0.28. Juan Pablo Aristizabal in T5 is P3 up 0.28. Diego Ortiz in T2 is 7th up 0.10. Jose Miguel Moncada in T9 is 8th up 0.11. Esteban Gomez in T5 is 6th up 0.12. Esteban Gomez is up 0.36 in T11. Jean-Pierre Ferrand from Colombia in T12 is P2 up 0.25 on supers. Jean-Pierre Ferrand improved his second with a 136.759. 0.749 off pole. Esteban Gomez is 6th up 0.21 on softs. Camilo Gomez in T5 is 9th up 0.11. The qualifying session is now in overtime. Jose Miguel Moncada in T12 is P8 up 0.22. Jose Miguel Moncada improved his P7 with a 138.233. 2.223 off pole. Jean-Pierre Ferrand in T9 is P2 up 0.21. Jean-Pierre Ferrand improved his second with a 136.498. 0.488 off pole. Jean-Pierre Ferrand is up 0.03 in T1. Sebastián Aristizabal from Colombia in T13 is P10 on softs. Camilo Gomez in T5 is P9 up 0.11. The race session is at Hungaroring in Mogyoród superscript 3D Hungary. The wind speed is 1 km/h from the west-southwest. Christian Gomez is P1. Jean-Pierre Ferrand from Colombia is second on supers. J.Enriquez from Colombia is third on supers. Juan Pablo Aristizabal from Colombia is P4 on supers. Yanli from China is fifth on softs. Esteban Gomez from Colombia is sixth on softs. Jose Miguel Moncada from Colombia is seventh on softs. Diego Ortiz from Colombia is eighth on softs. Camilo Gomez from Colombia is P9 on mediums. Sebastián Aristizabal from Colombia is 10th on softs. Ricardo Pineda from Colombia is P11 on supers. Gerson Robia from Colombia is P12 on softs. Christian Gomez from Colombia is P1 on supers. Race start. J.Enriquez in T1 is P3. Jose Miguel Moncada in T2 is 5th. Esteban Gomez is 7th. Esteban Gomez is now 5th. Sebastián Aristizabal is P7. Sebastián Aristizabal passed Camilo Gomez for 6th. Gerson Robia in T9 is P9. Yanli entering the pits is P12. Camilo Gomez in T12 is P7. Christian Gomez is second on supers, 0.5 behind Jean-Pierre Ferrand. J.Enriquez entering the pits is 11th. Yanli exiting pits on softs. Ricardo Pineda is P8, 0.5 behind Camilo Gomez. Christian Gomez in T6 is second, 0.5 behind Jean-Pierre Ferrand. Gerson Robia in T8 is P9, 0.5 behind Ricardo Pineda. Christian Gomez from Colombia in T13 is second, 0.4 behind Jean-Pierre Ferrand. Jean-Pierre Ferrand is P1. Jean-Pierre Ferrand lost first to Christian Gomez. Jean-Pierre Ferrand passed Christian Gomez for first. Christian Gomez on lap 3 is second, 0.1 behind Jean-Pierre Ferrand. Christian Gomez lost third to Jose Miguel Moncada. Christian Gomez lost fifth to Sebastian Aristizabal. Camilo Gomez in T4 on lap 3 is P7, 0.4 behind Christian Gomez. Christian Gomez in T7 is P7, 0.5 behind Camilo Gomez. Christian Gomez lost P8 to Gerson Robia. Gerson Robia from Colombia in T11 is P8, 0.5 behind Ricardo Pineda. J.Enriquez exiting pits on supers. Camilo Gomez is P6 on mediums, 0.7 behind Sebastian Aristizabal. Gerson Robia in T1 is 8, 0.4 behind Ricardo Pineda. Gomez is P6 on mediums, 0.7 behind Sebastian Aristizabal. Gerson Robia in T9 is 8th, 0.5 behind Ricardo Pineda. Sebastian Aristizabal in T12 is 6th on softs, 0.1 behind Camilo Gomez. Ricardo Pineda in T13 is 6th, 0.3 ahead of Camilo Gomez. Ricardo Pineda is now 7th. Ricardo Pineda passed Camilo Gomez for P7. Camilo Gomez is 9th. Camilo Gomez exiting pits on mediums. Gerson Robia is 6th, 0.6 behind Sebastian Aristizabal. Gomez is P8. Best lap is a 1:38.057. 0.015 off the fastest lap. Gerson Robia in T12 is P6. Christian Gomez in T1 is P7, 0.9 behind Gerson Robia. Gerson Robia on lap 6 is P6, 0.3 ahead of Christian Gomez. Gerson Robia lost 6th to Christian Gomez. Christian Gomez in T9 is 6th, 0.5 behind Sebastian Aristizabal. Sebastian Aristizabal in T12 is P6. Best lap is a 1:40.696. 3.313 off the fastest lap. Gerson Robia on lap 7 is 7, 1.0 behind Sebastian Aristizabal. Camilo Gomez entering the pits is P9. Camilo Gomez is P9. Camilo Gomez exiting pits on mediums. Camilo Gomez lost 9th to Diego Ortiz. Gerson Robia in T6 on lap 7 is P7, 1.0 ahead of Ricardo Pineda. Juan Pablo Aristizabal in T13 is 2nd. Juan Pablo Aristizabal lost P2 to Jose Miguel Moncada. Gerson Robia is P7. Gerson Robia lost 7th to Ricardo Pineda. Ricardo Pineda from Colombia in T1 is P7, 0.5 behind Sebastian Aristizabal. Pablo Aristizabal in T7 is third, 1.0 behind Jose Miguel Moncada. Jose Miguel Moncada was 9.2 faster last lap. Christian Gomez in T12 is 5th, 1.2 behind Esteban Gomez. Juan Pablo Aristizabal is P3. Best lap is a 1:37.513. .268 off the fastest lap. Christian Gomez is 5th. Best lap is a 1:37.245. Christian Gomez passed Esteban Gomez for P4. Esteban Gomez is 5th. 0.4 behind Christian Gomez. Juan Pablo Aristizabal in T11 is third, 0.5 behind Jose Miguel Moncada. Diego Ortiz entering the pits is P10. Ricardo Pineda is 7th, 0.5 behind Sebastián Aristizabal. Juan Pablo Aristizabal from Colombia is P3, 0.6 behind Jose Miguel Moncada. Ricardo Pineda is 7th, 0.5 behind Sebastián Aristizabal. Diego Ortiz exiting pits on supers. Juan Pablo Aristizabal in T11 is third, 0.5 behind Jose Miguel Moncada. Christian Gomez in T13 on lap 10 is fourth, 0.1 behind Juan Pablo Aristizabal. Christian Gomez was 2.3 faster last lap. Juan Pablo Aristizabal on lap 11 is fourth. Christian Gomez is P3, 0.1 ahead of Juan Pablo Aristizabal. Juan Pablo Aristizabal is P4, 0.5 behind Christian Gomez. Christian Gomez was 2.1 faster last lap. Christian Gomez in T6 is third. Isabel in T11 is P4, 0.5 behind Cristian Gomez. Jose Miguel Moncada in T13 is third, 0.1 behind Cristian Gomez. Juan Pablo Aristizabal on lap 12 is fourth, 0.4 behind Jose Miguel Moncada. Yanli entering the pits is P10. Ricardo Pineda in T1 is P7 on supers, 0.8 behind Sebastián Aristizabal. Juan Pablo Aristizabal in T5 is fourth, 0.4 behind Jose Miguel Moncada. Sebastián Aristizabal in T7 is P6, 1.2 ahead of Ricardo Pineda. Yanli exiting pits on mediums. Jean-Pierre Ferrand entering the pits is P1. Sebastián Aristizabal lost 6th to Ricardo Pineda. Juan Pablo Aristizabal is fourth, 0.5 behind Jose Miguel Moncada. Juan Pablo Aristizabal is now P3. Jean-Pierre Ferrand is fifth on softs. Jean-Pierre Ferrand exiting pits on softs. Juan Pablo Aristizabal is P3. Jean-Pierre Ferrand is P5. Jose Miguel Moncada in T13 is P2. Jose Miguel Moncada entering the pits is second. Camilo Gomez is P9. Jose Miguel Moncada on lap 14 is P8 on supers, 2.5 behind Gerson Robia. Jose Miguel Moncada exiting pits on supers. Camilo Gomez is 9th. Diego Ortiz entering the pits is P12. Camilo Gomez entering the pits is 9th. Gerson Robia is 7th on softs, 3.5 behind Sebastian Aristizabal. Christian Gomez is first. Camilo Gomez exiting pits on softs. Jose Miguel Moncada in T13 on lap 14 is 8th, 1.3 behind Sebastian Aristizabal. Jose Miguel Moncada passed Sebastian Aristizabal for 7th. Sebastian Aristizabal from Colombia is 8th. Sebastian Aristizabal entering the pits is 8th. J.Enriquez is P11. Jerson Robia in T7 is P6, 1.5 behind Ricardo Pineda. Sebastian Aristizabal on lap 15 is 8th on supers. Camilo Gomez entering the pits is P9. Sebastian Aristizabal exiting pits on supers. Camilo Gomez is 9th on softs. Camilo Gomez exiting pits on softs. Jerson Robia in T1 is 6th, 0.7 behind Ricardo Pineda. Yanli in T1 is P10 on mediums. J.Enriquez entering the pits is P11. Esteban Gomez in T13 is 3rd. Juan Pablo Aristizabal entering the pits is P2. Esteban Gomez entering the pits is 4th. Juan Pablo Aristizabal is 2nd. Camilo Gomez is P9. Ricardo Pineda in T13 is P6 on supers, 0.5 behind Jerson Robia. J.Enriquez exiting pits on supers. Juan Pablo Aristizabal exiting pits on mediums. Ricardo Pineda entering the pits is 6th. Sebastian Aristizabal in T4 is P8 on supers. Esteban Gomez exiting pits on supers. Ricardo Pineda on lap 17 is P7 on softs. Ricardo Pineda exiting pits on softs. Christian Gomez entering the pits is first. Christian Gomez is first. Camilo Gomez in T11 is 9th on softs. Gerson Robia in T12 is P3, 0.4 ahead of Juan Pablo Aristizabal. Gerson Robia was 4.1 faster last lap. Christian Gomez exiting pits on softs. Gerson Robia lost third to Juan Pablo Aristizabal. Jose Miguel Moncada is P5, 0.4 behind Gerson Robia. Gerson Robia entering the pits is 5th. Jose Miguel Moncada passed Gerson Robia for 4th. Gerson Robia is 5th, 1.5 ahead of Esteban Gomez. Yanli is 10th. Gerson Robia is P6 on supers, 1.2 ahead of Ricardo Pineda. Gerson Robia exiting pits on supers. Gerson Robia lost P6 to Ricardo Pineda. Sebastian Aristizabal in T13 on lap 17 is 8th. Camilo Gomez in T1 is P9. Best lap is a 1:39.622. 3.229 off the fastest lap. Juan Pablo Aristizabal is 3rd on mediums. Yanli entering the pits is 10th. Yanli exiting pits on mediums. Jean-Pierre Ferrand is first. Sebastian Aristizabal in T1 is 8th. Gomez from Colombia in T3 is 9th. Sebastian Aristizabal in T11 is P8. Best lap is a 140.673. 4.280 off the fastest lap. Juan Pablo Aristizabal is P3. Esteban Gomez is P5 on Supers. Gerson Robia is 7th, 0.9 behind Ricardo Pineda. Yanli is 10th on mediums. Gerson Robia in T5 is 7th, 0.4 behind Ricardo Pineda. J.Enriquez in T2 is 11th. Camilo Gomez is 9th. Gerson Robia is P7 on Supers, 0.9 behind Ricardo Pineda. Ricardo Pineda in T7 is P6 on softs, 0.6 ahead of Gerson Robia. Ricardo Pineda lost 6th to Gerson Robia. Jean-Pierre Ferrand in T11 is P1. Sebastian Aristizabal from Colombia is P8. Christian Gomez in T2 is second on softs. J.Enriquez in T2 is P11. Ricardo Pineda from Colombia in T13 is 7. Yanli is 10. Jean-Pierre Ferrand from Colombia in T7 is first. The leader has just finished the race. Jean-Pierre Ferrand finished P1. Christian Gomez finished P2. Ricardo Pineda finished P7. Juan Pablo Aristizabal finished third. J.Enriquez finished P11. Sebastian Aristizabal finished 8th. Jose Miguel Moncada finished P4. Esteban Gomez finished 5th. Camilo Gomez finished 9th. Gerson Robia is 6th. Gerson Robia finished P6. Yanli finished P10.